Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Five Questions of the Paulist. I'm Deacon Mike Hayes. Today we're going to head down to Hecker House in Washington, D.C., and he's new to the Paulist seminarian Andrew Ouma. How are you today? Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much, Mike. I'm doing well. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great, and let's get right into it with question one. So you were born in Kenya, and you spent some time in Brazil teaching English to middle school students. So how in the world did you ever find the Paulist Fathers?
Rightly said, Mike. I was born in Kenya, raised up in Kenya, up to my mid-20s when I moved to Brazil to teach English to secondary school. You call them middle school students. And it was during my teaching career in one of the schools that was run by the Paulist Brothers. I think they are very famous.
Yes.
You know, they run a lot of schools. And so they were really interested in me joining them. So as I went to do my homework about the Paulist Brothers on the internet, then a whole world unveiled to me where I discovered that there were more than just Paulist Brothers. There were Paulist and the other congregations. And so that's how I came to meet the Paulist Fathers. I had never heard of them. So it was through the internet.
Very nice. That's awesome. And so question two is along the same lines. What drew you to the Paulist Fathers charism?
Well, I read something, I don't know, from somebody, and it goes like this: the good must be done, and it has to be done well without making noise. And I think when I read about what the Paulist Fathers stand for, I really identified myself with them. One of the elements in the mission statement was, going beyond the church walls. And I think that really resonated with me because, coming from from Kenya, we are engaged every time with, going beyond, the church walls, or reaching out to people, what you may call interreligious dialogue or ecumenism and things like that. Just to give you an example, a family may be set up such that my brother is a Muslim and another brother is a Protestant and another one is, an African traditional religion, and I'm a Catholic. So we have to really find a way of just connecting with one another without putting our religion, to set us apart. So I think that really, brought home something that was deep in me.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So question three is, what's one way a liturgy is different in Kenya than the way it is celebrated in the United States?
I think you've got to travel a little bit there. It's a different world. And we are really grateful for the Second Vatican Council in terms of bringing the aspect of inculturation, and so liturgy in Kenya will be very, very different from the one in the United States due to the cultural differences and the norms. And so one thing that will stand out is the dance. So we really dance during our liturgy. For example, during the offertory, when we are taking the offertory to the altar, is a whole line of liturgical dances, and it is a way of expressing joy and a way of worshiping that really is embedded in our culture and our DNA. So that is one thing that I really mention right away.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then question four, is there a food from home that you like to make or you really miss having now you're here in the United States?
I do miss a lot of food from home, but there is one that is very, very, it was made when we were young. It is still, made even during great feasts. It's called chapati. So chapatis will be a kind of pastel, yeah. And it is very delicious. I don't know how to make it, sorry for that. But it's something that I miss. thank God there is a restaurant here in BC that is called Swahili Village.
Ah,
Makes that dish, and sometimes I just go out there and with my brothers to just be in touch with home eating
yeah,
chapati.
that's great. How'd your brothers like it?
I think they are doing well with that. The last time we went, at least they really enjoy it, and always I have somebody going with me to the restaurant to taste, because they're also very curious
Yeah.
of the different kind of foods. And so we go there and I introduce them to chapati or ugali or something else.
That's great.
Yes.
And then finally, our last question is one we ask a lot of people. You're stranded on a desert island. You already have the scriptures with you. What's one other book or piece of music that you need to have in your possession?
Look, Mike, I think I would go with classical music.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so you say Bach. So I go with classical music. To me, it is the first thing I put on when I wake up in the morning, before even I take my coffee. It just puts me in a space of, tranquility and, getting focused. There is something it does to me that is just very meditative and, getting me going. So classical music will help me, in that situation.
Make sure you have a CD player with you or something.
Oh, sure I do.
I have all these classical music MP3s and nothing to play it on this desert island.
Oh, yeah. All right.
But that'll be great. Andrew, really best of luck in your initial year here at the Paulists, and we're really glad to have you here and all the things that you bring with you. I'm sure your brothers are really going to be richer for the experience of having you as their classmate.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And please pray for me and pray for all of us. We count on our prayers too.
For sure. And so I'm Deacon Mike Hayes. He's Andrew Ouma. He's a seminarian at the Paulist Fathers down at Hecker House in DC. And this has been 5 Questions with the Paulist. We'll see you all again next time.
All right. Bye.